It's Online Biz Real Talk, everyone. And we have an incredible subject for you, like always. I have an amazing business partner backstage who we are going to be interviewing. And the subject is I know that a lot of people can relate to this subject, but they're not open about it. So I wanted to hit on something that touches home with many people and why they might be, you know, literally iffy about starting this online business. So the subject today is, and our beautiful guest, I'll let her introduce herself, but the subject today is how did you overcome the fear of starting this online business when you went through a big loss with another online opportunity? What made you feel comfortable to start? All right. So let's bring our beautiful guest in. Welcome, welcome, Esther Sita. How are you?
Hey, Georgia, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good, good. Awesome. Enjoying the view. It's freezing. The view, but those windows are just so cold. But I want the brightness to come in today. You can only live without that, the shades down and see a little bit transparent for so long, and then you're like, I want to see the view again, even though it's cold. So yeah. All right. Why don't you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And yeah, then I'll ask you some questions about this subject.
Awesome. My name is Esther Hernandez. I am from Leamington, Ontario. I'm part of Anthony and Esther. I started this business 2020, and it has been a great journey. I'm a mom of four beautiful children. I used to work in packing places and leaving my kids at a babysitter, and it wasn't an easy step until I came into this business, and it has literally changed my lifestyle, the way we live and the way I look at life.
Awesome. I wanted to ask you, with everything that you went through, and when we first started coaching, you told me all about everything, and how you're kind of iffy of doing something online, but you felt something about this. So, how did you overcome that fear of starting this business when you went through such a big loss? Like, what made you feel comfortable about this business?
Well, for me, it was not an easy process, right? Like, we were in the past in a big thing that we thought that we had it all, right? And finding out at the end that we lost not just 10K, not just 20K. It was a very big, yeah, huge thing for us because starting again from zero is not easy. And, a lot of times people out there, they can talk very nice, but at the end you really find out what it's really about. And if you are not a person that is very tech savvy, or a lot of times it's very hard to overcome that fear. But for me, getting over that fear was, I had to see people that they were transparency, like you, Georgie. I seen your ad, my husband seen it first, and he's like, "Look, honey, you were looking for something, or have been looking for something that you can stay at home." And look, she's a mom of five. And when I got the time to actually see you, Georgia, I was amazed, and I said, "Wow, like if that's really it, then let's contact her." And that's what we did. And I started right away Zooming with her, and I had no experience actually with Zooming because the other thing that we got into online, which was actually a huge scam, we could never talk to the people on Zoom, or we could talk to them on the phone, but many times they just had many excuses not to do certain things if we asked for how this and this thing worked, right? So I understand that when a lot of times people are scared to get into this business because they have been scammed before, right? But for me, I'm a person, I don't let myself being thrown to the floor and not lifting myself up. I believe big time a lot of times we grow from those things where we fail, right? Allow yourself to fail, because if you want to succeed in life, you got to allow yourself to fail, right? And it was not an easy step for me to see losing more than 20K, 30K, and having four beautiful children that actually wanted so much stuff, but at that moment we could just not afford it. But even though we had hoped for the better, but it turned out it wasn't what they told us to. And seeing you, Georgia, that was just for me clear transparency to see that you were with your kids on the background and you actually communicate with it with me, like that I could see you in general. And that just for me said it all, you know? And I always say that whatever you do comes around, right? So you gotta just forgive, even though it hurts, but go on. And I'm just so thankful that I'm here today because I have a fifth grade education. I'm not tech savvy. Still up to this day, I'm not tech savvy. But what I love so much about our business is it is all video based. And your coach and your mentor are there for you. Like we are here to help people. And a lot of people I know they can relate to me. A lot of times people like, oh, I don't want to admit. And I'm not actually afraid of there's things I just won't do or like that, right? But it doesn't mean I'm afraid of those things, right? Because I know how far I can go, right? And you got to learn how to trust yourself, right? Because that was a big thing for myself to believe in myself that I can do it. And if you want to see success, you got to believe in yourself and not think of failure all the time. Because sometimes even people they would know me very well, family members, they're like, Esther, you're getting into the same scam again. And once they once I talk to them or like that, I'm not afraid of they answering me questions or like that because I know what I have to offer is transparency. And some people like, oh, you just won the lottery. Winning the lottery is not even as easy as this because you're gonna go and buy tickets after tickets, right? And it's for me, it's just I rather work on this business a few hours a day and having my kids on my side. It just for me, it's just a very big blessing to see that I've been able to help so many others. And many of them have already told me, like, oh, Esther, I couldn't believe that that was really true. They're like, oh, it was too good to be true. Like, but once they actually started up and that they seen like that me and you were there for them, they're so happy to be there because they had to just learn that if we were transparency and there is still good out there in the world, you know.
Definitely.
Can you hear me, Georgia?
I hear you. I was gonna share something, and but I didn't want to share it while you were talking. I was trying to prepare it. But what you were saying, um, just about never giving up, and sometimes, in other words, sometimes you have to sacrifice. I'm not talking even about money. I'm talking about time. Um, Time for sacrifice just your fears and just get over it. Because if you don't sacrifice your time and effort now, then you're going to regret it. You're going to regret not starting, not trying. I can't think of my life other than where I am right now. If I, what if I had to wake up at 7 a.m. and 6 a.m. and take my kids to daycare, take my kids here, ride them all over the place, and then having colds. I was just thinking like, um, somebody, if they get sick, because my kids had a cold, if somebody gets sick and your kids are sick, you need to stay home with them. And you need to stay home with them for at least a week or two to really make sure they're over their cold, they're okay, they're warm, they're not cold outside, and they don't get bronchitis, they don't get anything worse than the simple cold they had. Now, if you have a job, you have to stay home and you have to miss that money. You're missing like $100 a day or whatever, however much you make a day at your job. If you're gone for a week, they don't give you pay. Okay, they're not going to pay you to leave for a week. Once in a while you might get sick days, but still, I don't see people getting paid. So for to have the comfort of your your home, and to be able to work from anywhere in the world, and also to have the comfort that this is real, right? Because it's not no more, in your head that this is a scam because you see it's real. Now it's, how can I make it work? How can I make money? How can I put a little bit more time? How can I find some time to put into this business to grow it to the top? 'Cause I know you're a busy mom like me. So, yeah. Did you want to add anything else?
No, what I see a lot of times, people are afraid of their comforts, leaving their comfort zone. They say they're not, but their actions actually show it, right? Because I when I started this business, I was home for a while, and then I'm a person, I love to work. I love to communicate with people, right? So I worked at Subway for a while, and I was like, there were wonderful people there, right? But I was starting to think like, wow, like I'm getting buyers and I'm getting leads. Like, what am I doing here, And I was starting to get so busy that I'm just like, wow, I'm only getting minimum wage here and I'm making a lot more in the online space.
Yeah.
Like, even though you love to work somewhere for other people or to communicate with other people, it is it's nice to meet. Like, I love to meet with all the people, and it's just wonderful to be with everyone, right? But nothing better than when you are actually at home being with your kids, and you can help many more moms get out of that comfort zone or that 9 to 5, like you said, standing up at 7 o'clock in the morning, or they have to be, especially here where I am. They have a lot of times they have to start working in a packing places at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever the case might be. And a lot of times, if they cannot bring their kids to a daycare, or they have to call in sick because of their kids, the boss is not happy about it. Well, of course not. There's a person missing, right? To filling that spot. And for me, I'm just like, I'd rather be at home knowing that my kids are cared for, even though sometimes I'm just like, I love to please. In that part, I'm a, how would you say it? People pleaser, right? But you gotta learn how to stand up for yourself, and it's okay to say no sometimes. You can only do so much, right? But you gotta look out for yourself first, and for your beautiful family. And for me, it's just a joy to share my journey, because I know that there's many more out there that are actually hungry to learn and to actually succeed above and beyond, and they don't care to get out of their comfort zone. They actually want to have a better future, right? And what we have to offer for them, I don't have to be afraid that they are not going to succeed, because I'm there for them and you are there for them, right? So we help them every step of the way. As long as they put their time and their effort into it, they will succeed above and beyond, because it's been proven by thousands, right? And you, especially when I started, you were not where you are right now today, right? And taking baby steps, even, it's super important. I always tell my downlines, I say, it's so important to take your baby steps, because if you don't feel at it at the moment not doing anything, but sooner or later you're going to regret not taking those little steps that you should have been taking. Because even me, I'm looking back at certain things, I'm like, wow, I have been losing so much time. And time is one thing that we cannot buy. It doesn't return. It's like a river, and the water flows by and it's not going to return, right? So the same what we do with our time, we got to make it value, right?
I love that. That's a really good one. You can't you can't buy time. Um, I guess I wanted to ask you, like, in, like, obviously you felt comfortable because you have someone. and you've seen a mentor and a coach. But what else was the, game changer for you in this business? Like, what? How about the system, the website, the training? Um, how everything kind of works for you, like it, or even the high commissions. Like, what really standed out to you that made you like think, okay, this is what I want.
Well, I in the beginning I didn't doubt this business system at all because I seen everything. Yeah, especially in the teams that we have, like so supportive, and especially once you see those commissions rolling in, it's just pocket change from what you make in your 9 to 5, right? And for me, that's what I've been looking for, and it had to do a lot with mindset. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, they just get so excited at the moment when they start, and I know I was one of them. I was super excited to see my results, and I got results, but when I start getting results, I kind of felt backwards, and I was like, oh, what did I do wrong now? But then again, I didn't really push myself to go further, right? And seeing that the system is actually, well, I can say that all the heavy lifting is actually done for you. You have to just put in the 80%. Like, you got to put yourself, I'd say 80%, but it's 20%. The system does 80% for you. It's automated. And for me, what drove me the most, and still up to this day that I'm very amazed of, standing up and having buyers and knowing that even while you were sleeping, you made more than 2 weeks of pay that you make on a job. That for me was gold. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help many others, because for me that has been a big blessing, and not just for me, for my whole family, right? Because there was times where I didn't I wasn't able to go to the grocery store and just get whatever I wanted. And sometimes when I took my kids, I took just whatever I needed to at that moment. I could not just afford saying, "Oh, you kids can go and take an extra thing, whatever you want." No, I had to go to a grocery store and just get exactly the things I needed. And now I can say, "Okay, you can check. I can treat my kids, right?" In other words, and which mother doesn't want to treat their children, right? So having this business running on the background, if you put your time and effort into it, you will see results. It is 80% automated for you. Standing up for buyers, even while you're sleeping, you're getting a 2 weeks pay. It is a very big game changer for me. But one thing that is to me very important has been lately, I've been like, wow, how my mindset has even changed, because whatever you think, that's what you're gonna track, right? So think positive and you will get positive results. That's what I would say. And I'm very happy for the tech team that's on the back. I don't have to be on the computer 24/7. If I take at least an hour and a half, or even sometimes I pay attention, like let's say 30 minutes, or every now and then I'm with my family, I can still answer questions on the phone or whatever the case may be, right? So wherever you have internet, and if you have a big enough why to to thrive, you will succeed above and beyond. You just got to be staying positive and stay focused on your goals and then on your dreams, and start writing them down, and even start telling yourself, I am powerful. Because if somebody was a negative mindset, that was me. A lot of times we don't, whatever, because I was very negative. That's why I attracted negative. And I can see that game change in my life, how this business has changed me, not just financially, but also mentally. And some people, they laugh at me because they're like, you're just so full of it, Esther. Yeah, for them, maybe I might be so full of it. But it's true. Believe and you shall receive. Whatever you do, work towards your goals, and you will see everything that you desire.
Amen, sister. You learn from the best about the the believe and receive, because that's exactly what happened to me. Believe and you shall receive. I'm grateful to be where I am right now, and you talked about that here and there. We have a beautiful comment for you, Esther. You look absolutely stunning. You always do, especially in pink. Um, so I'm grateful to have you as a business partner. Not only that, because of like literally seeing you succeed and helping you, and we're succeeding together, but also the fact that our friendship and how we've grown together and how we see each other growing. And just like you said, you're not tech savvy, but you're having this business run for you. You don't have to get back to leads. I remember when so many of my business partners first started and they got their first lead, they're like, what do I do now? Do I have to get back to them? Do I have to call them? Do I have to text them? Like, no, our system texts them for you. Our system gets back to them for you. Yeah, I went through the same thing. It was very difficult because when I was in Toronto, Ontario, and I had my brick and mortar business and I was succeeding, I never really had much time for my children. I never could do the things that I want to do for them during the day, or, it was just, I had to get a nanny. Exactly. My Violet knows because she hears me talking about it. See, Violet, you never had that life. But for Mikey and Meadow, they were taken care of by nannies a lot of times. And, and then I left that life in Toronto, Ontario, and I came to BC, and I sold like my business and whatever. I brought it here on a smaller level in Kamloops, and it failed. I switched some things. I turned Christian. I switched some things about my business, and I wasn't making the same amount of money. And when you're used to giving your kids a certain lifestyle, and you got to be worried about what you're going to spend and what you're going to do, it's stressful. It's stressful. I don't care who says money doesn't make a person happy. It will make you happy. Believe me, it will. It'll take the stress off of your life. If your children are happy and you're happy and you have good health, that's happiness. And if you don't have money, that's stress. that's bringing you down. So when you're able to afford your kids' birthday, able to afford the simple things like her going into the fridge right now, okay, you gotta take that for granted. That you have food in the fridge, that you can pay your bills on time, that you can pay your credit cards off. Oh, we seem to have lost Esther. Maybe her internet is not so good right now. Let's see if she comes back. But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to spend time with my babies as they got over the colds. And, that's what I was thinking the other day. I was thinking, oh no, what if, because I see people that, they have to take leaves because they're sick, or they have a cold, right? They have the same cold we have. And they're like, they can't work. And they have to take days off. And I'm thinking, they're not going to get paid. It's a shame, because they're probably going to be out of work for a week or two, because nobody wants you back in work, especially with the COVID regulations and everything being scared. Nobody wants you back at work until a week or two. So they're going to say, take more time off. We don't want you to get everybody sick.
It came when there was a lot of thunder, and it made the mountains and BC, it was like.
You're talking about the fires that happened?
Yeah, and
you're so cute.
The lightning hit the mountain, and then it started a fire, and then.
That was when we lived in Kamloops, and that when the forest fires came.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking right now. I'm just thinking to myself, it's so cold here, and
it's super hot in another place.
Exactly, and I was thinking, I want to get up and I want to move. I just want to go somewhere warm. Like I had enough with the cold. That's what I'm thinking right now. Like
I want to go back to summer.
Yeah, exactly. It was like I miss the beach. I miss the summer. I miss the sandy beaches. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Kelowna, but the winter is just so cold right now.
And
rainy, and the kids got sick, and it's like.
And one of those first when it was summer,
Yeah.
the water was a little bit cold, but then now it's like super cold.
Yes. And what I was going to say is I can get up and I can go to anywhere in the world with my business, and I can, like, that's pure freedom. That is pure freedom, and that's what I was just thinking. Like, I could, where would I want to go? That's what I was thinking in my mind. Where would I want to go? I would want to go if I chose somewhere warm right now, and I decided let's get up and let's go. My kids are homeschooled and everything, and I have my business running for me for my laptop worldwide. I'm not going to miss any sales. I'm not going to miss the ability to still be with my team. Loading up. So,
Hey guys,
a little.
my internet cut off.
No problem. No problem. I was just saying, like, I'm grateful. Sorry, I was saying I was grateful because I feel like I just want to, pack up and get away from this winter, go somewhere warm, maybe even move somewhere warm. Like my heart is where the palm trees are. I always think that way. I say I'm a BC girl for life. I love BC, and I can because of this business, right? You could take it with you wherever you go. What do you want to say, Violet?
We went to a trip that took us a long time, but it was still really fun. And then we came back and we had so much fun there, and we were there for like a week.
Yeah.
And they gave us free breakfast.
Well, what did you do on that trip?
We had popcorn. We watched the shows. We did a lot of fun things.
We went swimming. Had a big, huge
slide, and I went on it.
Yeah, you were brave. You had a big, beautiful trip. That's when we went to Okotos, Alberta. We went to the 7-figure income mastermind, and then I brought my kids with me. I didn't want to leave them home, so we booked a really cool hotel and really high end, and it was just a huge vacation for the kids too. So they had absolute blast. And then we went and visited some business partners in Edmonton, and Mikey's best friend and my best friend. So all of that,
and mine.
Yeah, her best friend. So we was able to travel, take the kids with us, able to afford it, and a business trip. You can write things off, like it's a total business trip too. Like there's so many things that you're able to do because of this business.
And that's why I'm so grateful for this business, because you don't have to stay at home. You don't have to stay in your city, right? If you desire to go for a vacation, you can go wherever you desire to go, because you can take it with you wherever you have internet connection, or even just your phone. You can take it anywhere, right? And that's just what makes it so much easier for all of us, right? In general.
100%. So anybody that is watching, if they want to find out more, if you want to find out more to see what we're doing, how we're earning online, what it's about, what the products are, what the companies are, how are we making so much money, how are we making so much on a sale, it's evident. A lot of people are doing absolutely incredible. Some people are just making, maybe a couple thousand a month, 5,000 a month. You choose. You go big, you go small. You put more time and effort, you'll make more money. The thing is once you get your ads out and running, it's advertising. Your advertisements will bring in your buyers, will bring in your leads. And that's where automation pops in. That's where our system walks them through the buying process. So you don't have to think, all right, I want to advertise, but after I'm done advertising and spending a few hours a night on the laptop getting my ads up and getting on these different platforms and mastering Facebook or mastering Instagram, I'm going to have to get back to these people. I don't have time for that. That's not true. This is an automated system. Okay, it cuts your sales for you. So that's why so many of our business partners are succeeding above and beyond. So we advise you to go to our free workshop. If you see our links here, add your name and your email on the link in this post. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Look who it is, Violet. It's Delilah. Say hi.
Hi.
So, yeah, they're twinning it too. Me and Violet are twins too, just like you two. Twins. So if you want to see what we're doing in the online world, add your name and your email and our websites in this post. And if you see this on anybody else's page, because whoever posts this on their page, it means that I have coached and mentored them directly to help people earn online. So you can literally watch our free workshop and add your name and email and be taken to the replay right away. And then our system is going to send you a link when we go live. So we go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m. EST. That's the live workshop. But the replay is the same thing as the live workshop. It's just we show you we're live. Like, it's not a scam. It's not a hidden people. We show you the system. We show you the website. We show you the sales funnel. Everything we're going to set you up with. And when you're ready, you sign up and you see the company. You see who we're affiliated with, multi-billion dollar companies. Okay, one is a high-end medical grade products that convert into very high revenue with huge bonuses. Bonuses from, $5,000 a month all the way up to $300,000 a month. It's not a joke. There is people out there who pay huge bonuses to these companies because they know if you get these bonuses, you are going to work your tail off to get those bonuses. You are going to make a ton of sales by advertising. Okay? There's some people who don't mind. I don't care. I'm okay with making $2,000-$3,000 a month. I'm okay with making $5,000 a month. That's okay. I'm not okay with that. My dreams are too big. So I go full force. You want to go big? You want to go small? You choose. You choose how much time you want to put into this. You want to make a little side hustle? That's fine. You'll probably make more than a little side hustle because all my business partners say that. I thought I was going to make $1,500, $1,600 extra. I made way more than that. Okay,
$20,000.
Like $20,000. You're so cute. I love you. So she knows. So if you see the potential in this business and you see what we're doing and you see the companies and the high bonuses, you won't get those bonuses in your job. You might get a $2 raise. You might even get only a 50-cent raise. And in the long run, that calculation ain't that much. It ain't going to change much. If you only get $1 or $2 raise in your job, you're only going to get maybe a $600-$700 extra a month. Okay? Hi, Mikey. You're not going to make much more. Also, you're going to work your tail off to get what? A $200 bonus at the end of the year? A $500 bonus? Okay, for Christmas? You get 2 weeks off for the whole entire year? That's what you're working your tail off? You work for the weekends? Some people only get 1 day a week. It's not the life to live. The system wants to keep you down. Andrew Tate, he's a very, out there. He's real loud. He's real hateful. I want to call him a bad word almost, but he's right. I listen to him, and because I listen to a lot of inspirational things. Now, this guy is he's very confident. And if you see him in the beginning, you're going to be like, wow, he's super obnoxious and annoying, the way he's talking. But I started to listen to him because this guy's super rich, billionaire. So I started to listen to what he says, and he's like, this is the matrix. You're living in the matrix. Overcome the matrix. And he's so true the way he says it. It is like the Matrix. If you ever watched the movie The Matrix, they're controlling your every move by that bank card, by that money, by that system, by everything that you do. Not being an entrepreneur and not beating the matrix in the system is just keeping yourself like a zombie robot. Follow them. No. And he's right. And that's what I was thinking. And I seen his past because you can literally look at him and be like, he's pretty overdone. He's pretty hateful. He's pretty rich. He's, one of those guys that are, think they're the greatest. But then I seen when he was younger, if you see his story, how he was kind of like a skinny guy and a little bit of a nerd, and everybody made fun of him and everybody pushed him. And he was like, how are they making millions? How are they making billions? I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it kind of reminds me of myself. I was like a little tomboy and I always had bigger dreams. My family would think I'm crazy. All my family would look at me like, this girl's crazy. She's out of her mind. Okay, I want to be a famous actor, wrestler. I want to be a scientist. I want to write children's books. There's all these crazy things that that came into my head. Like, I want to be a counselor. I want to be a psychiatrist. All these things, like, and they were like, you're gonna do the family business all your life. Shut up, Georgia. And now, like, look at me. Like, I'm like, I am totally different. I am coaching people. I am helping people. I'm a health freak. Like, I want to work out with my kids. I want to, I'm known throughout the online world as helping people digitally, inspiring others, right? So take your past, the hurt, the pain. Yes, Violet, 1 second. Whatever it is you go through, and boom it to the top. Because sometimes you don't know how strong you really are until being strong is the only thing you got. So you are more powerful than what you think, Esther, Sita, and anybody who's watching. Do not ever give up on yourself. Do not let anybody push you down. Instead, let them fuel you, that hurt and that pain and that making fun of you and saying you'll never get anywhere and your dreams are stupid and they're corny and they're never going to be. Let that fuel you to say, no, watch what I can do. Watch how powerful I am. One little person, okay, on this earth can change so many people's lives. So God bless everybody. Did you want to add anything to that, Esther? I know I've been going on. We was going to end.
No, I think I covered everything, and you did the most of it. Thank you very much for having me on. It was a blessing.
Violet wants to say something. She's my co-host today. What would you like to say, Violet?
Every time somebody goes on this business, some people that are rude, they think they go on this business, they see it and then they don't take it because they think it's not real.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you've been hearing us talk about that? You are so cute. Why do you think they think it's not real?
Because people that are mean, they don't believe in businesses like this. They think it's not real and they think they can make more money than this and stuff.
Do you think they're mean, or do you think they've just been in a bad situation? Do you think that they've just been in a bad situation where maybe they never seen something like this, and maybe there is a bad business out there that they encountered, like Esther, and now they found this and they're a little unsure. So what would you tell anybody who's a little unsure about this business?
You should join it.
Why?
Because if you don't think you can do it, and you think you can do it, but you just keep on saying I can't do it, or you can do it, then they will do it, and they can make it happen, and they'll make more money than their other job.
You're super smart, Violet. This kid got it going. What do you want to do when you get older?
I only want to do one thing.
What?
I want to stay in gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Okay. And I always envision her dancing, like being, a beautiful professional dancer. So I wonder what gymnastics will bring into that. So because of this business, I can support that dream. And that is just makes me so emotional. Just everything she just said here. Like, I want to teach my kid the reality of life. And by me being an example is teaching my kids you can follow your dream. You can do what you want to do. I want my kids to understand that there's more to life than just that 9 to 5. There's more to life. You can follow your dreams. You can spend time with your family. You can do the things that you so desire, just like me and Esther are doing. And I want to implement that in my children because I've seen myself changing. I've seen myself making a ton of money, having free time on my hands. And I've seen my children growing up in the school system and coming home at 3:00 in the afternoon and being upset, and anxious and aggravated. They had too much schoolwork. They're not happy. The kids are bullying them, this, that.
They have too much homework.
Yeah, it's like, and the teachers are screaming. And I'm like,
they used to have like
yeah, I was
bad
like, you know
teachers,
what?
I
said, I'm going to take you out of school. I'm going to put you into this online school that's going to literally help you with whatever it is that your goal is. What is your dream? What is your goal? What do you like doing, Meadow? What do you like doing, Mikey? Okay.
Like making friends.
You like
They're
making
nice.
friends? I love that so much. So teach your kids while they're young. Be an exemplar. Implement good morals. Implement good values. Implement financial literacy. Implement them to understand their time is valuable and it's not worth $20 an hour or $18 an hour. Because at the end of the day and at the end of the month, you look at that paycheck and say, I'm worth more. So God bless everybody. I absolutely love that you came here today, Esther. I want to give you a big shout out. Anybody who's looking for a great mentor, please reach out to Esther. She's amazing. And she will help you every step of the way, just like me. I'll be your coach and she'll be a mentor. And anybody who has this video on them, on their page or their account, reach out to them, ask them for the workshop. They'll send it to you and we'll get you started. So God bless. Thank you, Esther. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Violet.
Thank you,
Bye.
Violet. Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye.